Everybody, what's happening? Welcome to today's live stream. I'm Brian Kay, and we're going to talk about the one easy thing, super easy, number one thing really, that you can do right now to make your rhythm guitar playing righteous, awesome, powerful, unique, and also how you can start putting your own style into your rhythm guitar playing. So how do we start doing this? I get a lot of questions about this from students, and this is what you want to do. I'm going to hip you to a concept of how to play a rhythm that is called, you ready? It's called a quarter comp, okay? And what that means is that you're going to do it downstrum on each beat. So we're going to be in a blues here for all of these examples. We're in the key of A today. Today is an A kind of day. We're in the key of A. So we're looking at a 12-bar blues, okay? And it's just going to be 3 chords, A chords, and it's major. So A major, D major, and E major chords of some kind. But they're major chords. 1, 4, 5 progression. If you've never heard that, it's just your typical blues framework, you know, what you build upon. But that's it right there, a 1, 4, 5 progression. So it's A, D, and E chords. Now, what this quarter comp is let's get down to it. It's a downstrum on each beat. Now, this is going to reinforce the movement of rhythm, okay? And it's real simple to get started with this, but it's very powerful. So check it out. I'm going to play just simple chords right now, just major chords. And I'm going to set a tempo by counting in. So we're in 4/4 time, okay? Some guitar geekery, you know, 4/4 is known as common time. This is, most songs have 4 beats in the measure, and we're strumming on those beats, okay? So a 12-bar with a quarter comp would sound basically like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now in its simplest way of playing a quarter comp, it's that easy. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, how is that supposed to help me, right? Well, what this does is it starts to help you in your mind and also inside here, because, you know, music is something that we all have inside us, and these things that we practice get the music out of us. So it's reinforcing that beat, that pulse of the music, right? And in the beginning you have to think about it, but you'll find that if you do this very quickly, you stop having to think about it, and the really cool thing is that you actually are able to feel the pulse of the music. And that is the ticket right there. So we want to be able to develop that ability to feel that musical pulse, that rhythmic pulse, the beat. So if you don't know or have never used a metronome, okay, there are a couple of ways to use one of these. And you don't want to be afraid of your metronome. And if you don't have a metronome, you can get an app on your phone or something and get free ones out there. There's tons of free metronomes. But you want to start working with a metronome. And it's really, really simple. The most simple way is to just set this at a tempo where you're going to strum on each click. So why don't we go into a moderate tempo? So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go about, maybe say about 94 beats per minute. And I'm going to put this thing on. I'm going to put it over here. And what you want to do is look at your 12 bar in like the key of A in this case and just start strumming on the beats. Now, you may be noticing that I'm cutting my chords off, right? Well, it's a muting thing. I'm using left hand muting. I stop pressing over here when I'm playing chords to cut the ringing tones out and put a little bit of separation between the chords, because I'll tell you right now, if you don't start working on this with this exercise of pressing and releasing, you're not going to have a lot of articulation and your rhythms are going to sound really sloppy. Okay? So you want to start to get that articulation in there. And it's simple, it's just pressing and releasing, and you can use both hands. I'll also put the thumb down over here and cut out the ringing tones, but two hands are doing the muting. So that's important, and go through your changes with simple chords at first, and in this case it's just A, D, and E, because it's a 1, 4, 5 in the key of A, 12 bar progression, right? 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. We have a quick change on the second measure, but then we go back to the A, right? Real typical for blues, right? So that is how you get started using the metronome in the easiest possible way to start playing this quarter comp. Now, here's where it starts to get really cool. Okay? That is not the only way that you'll want to practice this, okay, with each click being a beat. Now, once you get used to that, you want to get used to doing that first before you go here to this next part of the super easy thing to do to get your rhythm guitar playing sounding seriously awesome and much better and improved, right? You want to start to use your metronome to accent, well, basically to click on the downbeats. Okay. More theory geekery for us guitar geeks, right? Okay, how do you explain this? Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, you want to unclutter the feel a little bit. So you're only having 2 clicks on downbeats. Primary and secondary downbeats, music has that. There's a stronger first downbeat, and the second downbeat is generally the, well, it's the secondary downbeat, which is not as pronounced. But that means that you need to start to think about a tempo like we're here in the 90s, and then you want to like be able to cut that in half. So you want to set your metronome to about half of whatever tempo you were working at. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put this down to about 48 BPM. Will get me approximately in the right neighborhood for where I was. But now the metronome is only clicking on the downbeats. So we're going to go simple in this video today of this live stream, and it's just going to be a primary and a secondary downbeat on the first and the third beat. Okay? So you have to fill in that extra beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you see I got that click, right? On a primary and a secondary downbeat. So what that means is this, right? Now already, without all those clicks, it opens things up, right? Now the quarter comp hasn't changed, same thing, but now we're using the metronome as if it was a drummer. So I embellished that rhythm a little bit with some less strumming, but this is really an important thing. You want to get used to strumming on each beat, because once you can pull this into your playing without having to think about it, you're going to see that the doors for your rhythm guitar playing are going to exponentially open super huge and wide, and you will see massively blue skies for cruising through with your rhythm guitar playing. Okay, I really can't stress this one enough. I know it's not a very complicated thing, but you know, sometimes the best things are the simple things. Okay, and rhythm playing is the other side of the coin. A lot of guys get stuck on only trying to develop their lead guitar chops, but they ignore their rhythm chops. So you don't want to be one of them, and I'm going to tell you the reason why you don't want to be one of those guys. Because the better your rhythm guitar playing is, the better your lead guitar is going to start sounding too, because it puts a lot more life into how you say things melodically, as opposed to just the harmonic content, which are the chords. Okay, so that is all for today. It's a simple lesson. It's not very hard, but you will get serious bang for the buck. And of course, if you are looking to take a deeper dive into developing your guitar playing, right, you can check out my links. I do have some instruction packages that will help you get your chops up for scale things like pentatonics and modes, as well as some other stuff to get you going for beginners if you're not quite up to your scales yet. There are some chord things down there, but also live Skype lesson, scale instruction on the computer, focused to exactly what you want to do with your guitar playing. Okay, I am Brian Kay. Thanks for being here for today's live stream. And here's to your rhythm guitar playing being as awesome as it can, right? See you next time. Rock and roll, play guitar.